the host of this channel, and this is Afternoon Crochet. And I am so glad that you're here. We're going to give everybody just a minute to pop on. I did not set up the live early, so we are just waiting for people to come on in. So come on in. Let me see. Okay, so we've got captions, we've got graphics, and yes, let's take a look here. And captions and theme. That's what I want. Theme. Round. Primary color. We're going to go with, let's see. Let's go with purple today. And the font is going to be default. Or is it? Let's see. No, not that. Hey, come on in. Got a few people here. We're just starting and nobody knows that I'm here yet, so come on in. We're going to have some fun today. Here we go. This one's better. Much, much better. Oh yeah. Much, much better. I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Come on in. Let me see if my friends know that I am live. Here we go. Hi, friends. I'm live. Okay. There we go. And let me turn off my sound so nobody's here. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got a couple people here. Let's take a look. Hey, Patty Barker, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. Happy Friday to you, TGIF. Woo woo. And Naomi, hello. Aloha, my friend. I was thinking about you this morning because I was thinking, like, you know how you always say aloha, and I say aloha back. And I was thinking, why don't you say hello? Well, then I started thinking, because I'm kind of weird that way, right? And I started thinking, well, this is my friend that I can say aloha to, and it is part of her love language to speak her native Hawaiian. And so I am blessed to be able to speak that native Hawaiian back to her. And so aloha. I don't know why I was thinking that. I was just like doing this little circle mind thing, what about this? And then what about that? And what about this? And what about that? And oh yeah, this is my friend and I can say aloha to her. And there's nobody else in this world that I can call up and go aloha. And they don't go, what's up with you, Barbara? Right? No, my friend Naomi doesn't. She's like, well, aloha back to you. So anyway, so hello, aloha to everyone who wants to aloha and to everyone who wants to say hey. And I know, what is going on with me right now? I don't know. But what I do know is that I absolutely love crochet. And I am here to crochet with you. And I can't wait to show you some of the things that I have been working on. I am so close to finishing another blanket. So close. And I'm really excited about that because March is almost over. And this will be my third blanket of the year completed. I did not make that part of my, goals for the year to complete one blanket a month. But so far, that's what my average is. Yeah, that's what my average seems to be. So this one right here, this one was my number 2 blanket, and I love it, love it, love it. This was this was based on Krista with the Secret Yarnery, and it's the Smart Start, Perfect Start. I can never remember the name of that. Krista, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I keep getting that name mixed up, but it's a good start. Granny row blanket. So anyway, it's really a great start to that blanket, and I've given the links to that before. So yes. So here we are. What is in your cup? I want to know what's in your cup. I have lemonade. It's actually Crystal Light lemonade. And I have been thirsty. I've been guzzling it down. It's already halfway gone. And it's a pretty big container. Yeah. So I noticed the last few days, I have not been drinking enough. I've not. I've been drinking my coffee, and then I will keep my coffee, filled up. And so I'll sip and sip, but I'm not drinking enough watery, concoctions. So I need to up my game and I need to get that going. So that's what I'm working on today. That is my first. So I'm halfway through that first container of Crystal Light. My doctor says that I can count that as my water intake for the day. And so I'm gonna. And I've also had a coffee for the day. So yay. So what's in your cup? I want to know what's in your cup because I'm nosy like that. And remember last time we were together, I told you the name of this year because remember 50 years ago, it was the bicentennial. Well, that was a whole lot easier to say, right? This one is the semi-quincentennial, 250th birthday of America. The United States semi-quincentennial is this year. And so it is an exciting year. And by the end of this year, we are going to be able to say, oh, it's the semi-quincentennial. And we are going to be able to say that like we were born with those words on our lips. So what's in your cup? Hi, Roxy. Hi, baby. My baby's right here. My Roxy girl. I can leave the door open and she can come and go. She has a blanket on the floor so she can lay down. Go lay down. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Go lay down, baby. And she really likes that. My other dog, Rosie, she didn't like it when I started to talk. She got real nervous. She was like, I can't see who you're talking to. I'm out of here. So anyway, yeah. Roxy is, oh, you're sorry you're here? You were on the phone. Okay, and you've got water with lemon. So you didn't hear my spiel about aloha and how you're my only friend who I can say aloha to, who doesn't look at me and go, why are you saying aloha? Hey, baby, go lay down. Go on, go lay down. So anyway, you'll just have to watch the beginning of it again, Naomi. Naomi has water with lemon. Yay, water with lemon. Let me know what's in your cup because I am nosy like that. I have Crystal Light lemonade. And Naomi, she's doing a little bit better than me. She's got water with fresh lemon in it. So that is good. That is really good. Okay, and then I want to know what's your weather like. My weather right now is nice. It is maybe going to rain. Let's see. It might be going to rain. It says mostly cloudy, 74 degrees. And that's today. Oh, it's going to rain early in the evening today. But mostly not. But starting around 7, it's going to be a little bit rainy. So that is what is going on weather-wise for me. How about for you? How about for you? And then my last question that I always ask is what's on your hook? And that is the one that I'm actually the most interested in is what is on your hook because I am highly influenced by others' actions and by what they're making and like what direction they're going. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. So what is on your hook? Aloha, Naomi. Aloha. Hey, Nisi, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. I hope that you're having a great Friday. It's good to see you. Oh, okay. You did hear me. Okay. So I was like telling everybody the way my brain was working, and you know how that is. I mean, like when you ask your husband, hey, what are you thinking? And they go, nothing. Well, you can just believe them. But when your husband asks you what you were thinking and you were like, well, I was looking at the color pink and that reminded me of Naomi because that's her favorite color. And then I was thinking, well, she says aloha. And because she was born in Hawaii and, she didn't know that she was Hawaiian for a while. And, so then, she speaks sometimes with a Southern accent. So then I started thinking about this girl who has a Southern accent that I was talking to yesterday. And she was so sweet and she was so pretty. She reminded me of Gina Davis. And then I was thinking about the movie that Gina Davis watched. That's the way my mind works. You ask a man, what are you thinking? And they say nothing. And it really is nothing. But you ask a woman what she was thinking, and you're like, okay, let me pedal faster so I can keep up with this thought process, right? Oh, my Lanta. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's just me. Is it just me? Am I the only one that has, zing, zing, zing? Let me think about this. And then it leads to this. And then it leads to this. And I don't know. I don't know. Ah, Patty is drinking water. The weather is rainy and cloudy. Temps are dropping. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Nisi is working on a blanket. Oh, yay. Me too, Nisi. I would love to see yours. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And Naomi says it's sunny and cold. 49 feels like 42. Wow. That is amazing. I mean, it's pretty nice here, but it's officially in the 70s here. And I'm like, not ready for 70s yet. Not ready for 70s yet. Oh my goodness. Oh, Nisi says my brain is like a squirrel hopped up on sugar. That's funny. Well, good. So my brain is not the only like vroom, vroom, vroom brain. Oh my goodness. And Naomi says I snorted. So she got a kick out of that. Okay. Let me see. Missy, hi Missy C. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. She says, good afternoon. I can't stay. I'm at work. LOL, but could you possibly put the link where you purchased your knitting needles, please? Yes. Yes, I will. It is Smartisans, SMARTISANS. And let me get the link. I love my knitting needles. I cannot tell you how much I love my knitting needles. Oh my Lanta. They're the Chiagu Twist. And so you can buy just the just the knitting needles by themselves, or you can buy the whole set. Oh, yay. So let's see. Here we go. This is the one that I bought, and it is on sale, saving $51 today. And that's the same price that I paid for it. Let me do the link here. And not only will I put the link in our chat, but let me share this. Okay. Patty Barker, have a great day. And Naomi says, no hook right now, doing some purging of stuff to pack. You are a busy lady right now. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Missy. Let's see, share the screen. I'm going to show you what they look like. There we go. This is the Chiagu Twist 5-inch red lace, stainless steel, interchangeable knitting needles, complete set. So what that means is, let me go over here. So what that means is it has everything that you need. It comes with the smaller knitting needles and the larger knitting needles. The smaller knitting needles, if you can see on this screen, they're on the left-hand side, and then the larger knitting needles are on the right-hand side. And then there's 2 sets of the circular connectors, right? The circular interchangeable knitting wire. And so because one is for the larger set, one set is for the larger set, and one set is for the smaller set. Then you also get the twisty thing that helps tighten those down. You get it says twist and spin. Chiagu, it has the like the meters for your needles. So if you ever lose, or if it ever rubs off the size of the needles, then you can use those specialty sizing holes so that you can see what size needles you have. Then it comes also with some stitch markers, and also a knitter's guide. Anyway, it's good. Let's see, there's 9 in stock right now, ready to ship. This company was so nice. The lady that owns the shop, it is a small business. It is not a big corporation. It's a small, individually owned business. And when I placed the order, she sent me a personal email thanking me for my business, thanking me for supporting her business and supporting her family by making this purchase. It was personal, and she personally thanked me and said, if you need anything, please let me know. And so it was very personal, and I really, really liked. I really got a good vibe from this company, and so there's that. The Chiagu. The Chiagu with I can't think of what it's called, but anyway, the thing that holds the needles, the case is quality. It's very beautiful. So you're not only getting, something of quality, the needles are just the perfect point for me. Now, keep in mind, I'm just a new knitter. So, and I'm getting caught up in talking about these knitting needles, but this was an answer to a question for today. And so, yes, there you go. Anyway, I'm sorry. When I get talking about, oh no, let's see, poor thing. Amy says, sorry, I can't stick around, but heading to the doctor with my sick child. He's been exposed to COVID at school. I hope to see you tomorrow, Barbara, for the Knit Live. Okay, I hope that your child is okay. So we will be praying for your child, Amy. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Hey, Jay. Hey, Jay, how are you? And look at here. Naomi says, hey, Jay, where's the aloha? I did this whole spiel about aloha. So Naomi's starting to talk like me, and I'm starting to talk like Naomi. And then just wait, y'all. We're all going to start talking like each other, and we're going to just become one. I'm so glad everyone is here today, and you bless me. You really bless me so much. Happy Friday to you. You are very welcome, Missy. And let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. So now I want to know, well, how many days until Christmas? Don't you want to know how many days until Christmas? I know I do. I know I want to know. So let's take a look here and see how many days until Christmas. 272 days until Christmas. 272. Isn't that a nice number? So that means that we have 272 days to get our act together and to get some crochet on, right? Get some crochet on. So like I said at the beginning, I did not expect to be doing a blanket a month. That was not on my radar, but that's what it's turning into. And so I'm almost finished with this blanket, this third blanket. So in March, I'm going to finish my third blanket. And then in April, I'm going to start my fourth blanket. And I'm real excited because my yarn from Wool Warehouse in the UK flew over the pond and it arrived in New York. So it arrived. I got an email today and it said, "Congratulations, your yarn is now in the United States. Your package is in the United States." So I am so, so happy about that. And yeah, so I know that once that yarn hits my property, I am going to start crocheting that blanket because that's number one. That's a really gorgeous blanket and it looks fairly easy to accomplish. Yeah, anyway, I'm excited. I am excited. So for those of you who didn't see that one, yeah, here is that one. And it is a blanket by Mima Makes. And it was her crochet along. But I just love it because it's an imagination quilt crochet along, and each square looks like a quilt square. And so I just had to, right? I just had to. All these different squares on there. And so let me see. I'm trying to see if I can recognize. I don't know the names of these squares, and I'm hoping that, I have the pattern. I haven't really looked at it very closely, but each square, each quilt square, I'm hoping that she gives the name of that quilt square as well. So anyway, it's based on the book Anne of Green Gables. Can I confess to you right now? I have never read that book. I have never read Anne of Green Gables. Has anybody read Anne of Green Gables? I've never read it. I've never seen a movie with Anne of Green Gables. And yeah, I have not seen it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nisi. Prayer lifted. Uh-oh. And Naomi is snorting again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, because I was making fun of her for saying hey instead of aloha. You are welcome. You are welcome, Missy and Amy. Oh, let's see. Nisi says, so funny. I'm working on a blanket for the Big Sky Christmas drop. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I want to see what is going on. Debbie Graybird, how are you? She says, afternoon, Barbara, and chat. And here we go. Naomi's back to herself. She's come to her senses. She's saying, aloha, Debbie. Oh, it's so good. Nice. Nice. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Big Sky Christmas drop. I'm going to just, let me see. Big Sky Christmas drop. Ooh. Big Sky, Montana. Ooh, okay. Well, I would like to hear more about that. Kathy McCrae, how are you? Happy Friday to you. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome. Come on in. Oh, yeah. Netflix has a series based off of the books, Anne of Green Gables. So because I have this pattern and it was a crochet along, although I think the crochet along actually ends the end of March. So I'm late to the game, but that's okay. That is okay. I don't have to crochet with everybody to be happy. I am just happy to have the pattern and I'm happy to have the yarn and I can't wait to do it. So, oh, it's a charity drive that you're doing. Nice. Oh, you'll be sharing more tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to check you out tomorrow, Nisi. Nisi with Freehandly Made AU Crochet. And so, Naomi, are you able to share up Nisi's link? And that way everybody can check her out and see what the big sky drop is, Christmas drop is going to be. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. Hi. How are you? Happy Friday to you. I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. So, yes. So, when I get the yarn, and it just landed in the United States according to my email, I am thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to read the book to go along with it. I do like reading the books, and yeah, I think I might check with my library, with my local library, and see if I can get a copy of that book. I don't have it. I've never read it. Now, listen, there's some old books that I've read, like Heidi. Oh, I loved Heidi as a child. I'm going to have to read that book again because I can only remember, there's certain things that I remember. I remember that she had someone that cared for her down the mountain, and she was a strict lady in a proper house. But then I remember that she had a grandfather that lived on top of the mountain. I remember the cabin. I remember hearing about how cozy it was. I remember hearing of how, the smoke would be rising from the chimney in the cabin. I remember reading about how he would have a piece of bread, a hunk of bread, and a hunk of cheese, and that would be their breakfast. And sometimes he would melt it onto the bread, and sometimes, like, I remember that because that was the first time that I ever thought or heard about someone having bread and cheese as a meal. And I remember thinking, that sounds so amazing. I really did. I thought that sounds like the most amazing thing in the world. And in the book, Heidi talked about how delicious it was and how filling it was and how just it made her feel so good. So anyway, Heidi, I love the book Heidi. And I know I'm going to love Anne of Green Gables. It just, not on my list. Not on my list. Never was. And I don't know why. Oh, I can get the books through my library, through their app, and listen to it as well. That's a good idea too. I like that idea. Yeah. So I know that I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to make this a whole immersive thing when I'm crocheting the quilt Anne of Green Gables crochet along from Me Ma Makes. So I can't wait till I get my yarn. Let me show you what I've been working on right now. We're already a half hour in and I haven't shown you what I have been working on. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you all the squares, okay? So this is a light green. I have this one. This is 1, 2. I like all these. They're all going to be together. 3. Let's see. I need to lay this one out. 3. Oh, and I got to take care of that end of the yarn too. 4. 5. Here comes, here comes, here comes. Oop. Okay. 5. I know this one's a little funky, right? Because I had the green and I thought I could make 2 rows of green. I was trying to use up this green. And so I did that and then I ran out. So I just did the yellow. The yellow was the next color in the skein. So I just did the yellow. And can you see almost how like the outside edge is a little darker yellow than the inside? It's so subtle, right? It's so subtle. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5. 5. Okay, these don't have edges on them. Do not have edges on them. Okay, so we have 6. I started putting the black edges around. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And so I have 15. I have 15 squares made. Wait a minute, I thought I had 16. Where's that other one? Oh, I do. Okay, so I have 16. However, I did on this one, I just have this much more to do with this dark green. So I do have another skein of the stripe. So I'm going to have to pull some of that dark green out. It's like a moss color. And so this is 16 once I get this little part made. And so anyway, I do have 16 squares minus this much. So I have 4 more squares to make. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 to put the black around. So my goal is to do 20 because I think I'm going to do 4 wide and 5 long. And I think it will make a really nice size blanket. And so this is with I like the black too. Thank you. Thank you. I like the black on these. And I didn't think that I was going to do solids, but then I started stressing over all of these combinations, right? I mean, look, see, I'm using the same colors, but I'm trying to do different combinations. And I started stressing over it. I started like, well, let me see this and let me see that. And I've got how many of these and how many of that. And so I thought, well, let me throw in some solids. So like these colors in a solid. So I did the solid oatmeal, the solid gold. Do you remember that show, Solid Gold? I am old, because I remember Solid Gold. And then the moss, which I have to fix. And so these are the solids, the brown and the blue and the light green. So yeah, among the, all the other colors and everything. So yeah. So I do have more. Now, for those of you who are new and you don't know what kind of yarn I'm using the Red Heart Super Easy. It's a super bulky 6-weight yarn. It's so easy to work with. Now, I did have to do something yesterday that I didn't think that I was going to have to do, but because I was color controlling, I was finished with this moss. No, I was trying to get to a different color for a different square. And so I took the moss off and I rolled it in a ball. And as I was rolling it, I felt like a not sticky, but like something rubbing, right? And obviously, it was the color or something that the yarn, it's on the yarn, right? As I was rolling the ball of green yarn. And so I thought, I felt like my fingers needed to be washed. So I had a little pack of wet ones sitting on my cart. I don't know why. I'm a germaphobe. I carry wet ones with me everywhere I go. And I was too lazy to get up and wash my hands in the sink. So I grabbed a wet one and wiped my hands. Felt so much better. And I started crocheting. And I thought, this hook is kind of dragging a little bit. It's dragging. And so I thought to myself, what would make my hook drag? Now, my hook is a plastic hook. It is by Clover Amour, and it is a very good hook. It's a 9mm hook. And so here's the thing. I don't have problems with my 9mm hook, only with certain yarns. And like if it's like a chenille or something really fuzzy, then the plastic hooks don't slide as well. But I hadn't been having trouble with this hook with all of the yarns and all of the, the squares that I was doing. I could just whip right through it, right? But it started dragging, and I was like, I wonder if there's a film on this that I had on my fingers. So I took the wet one and I wiped it down really good all over, and I started crocheting again. Of course, I let it air dry, and I started crocheting again, and it worked faster. I wasn't draggy. Nothing's worse than when you're trying to crochet something and you're having to like push it through mud, right? Or something. It's really draggy. I do not like it when yarn and hooks get draggy. That is my least favorite thing. Hey, Jen, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. So glad to see you. Thank you, Jen. The black around the edges, it makes them pop. That is really, really my favorite part. Yeah. And thank you, Nisi. Nisi says, I love those squares and those colors look so good. Thank you. Thank you. And Naomi is loving the squares. Nisi, I kind of feel the same way you do. She says, I wish the bigger clovers were metal and not plastic, because I know that they could make them. I don't know. The other ones are solid, right? The metal ones are solid. And I don't know if they could make them solid metal and not be so heavy on your hands. That's the only thing. But they could probably make them with a little bit of hollow in them. They probably could. But like I said, this one, as soon as I wiped it with the wet one and let it air dry, it was like whip, 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 whip. Like it was so easy to crochet. So I know that yarn left a little film on my hook. So that's good to know for any of you who are feeling a little drag on your crochet work. Maybe just take a little wet one, or just take a damp cloth with a little bit of dish soap or something and just kind of give it a little wash, even if they're metal. Give it a little wash. And hey, Catherine, how are you? I am so glad to see you. So glad to see you. And Catherine just got off work, so yay. So yeah, maybe give it a little wash and see if that helps your speed of your crochet, because I know that my Clover Amour hooks, in my humble opinion, they are the hooks that are for me. They are the ones that I know don't let me down. And so yesterday when I felt the drag on this, and I hadn't been feeling the drag, and I knew that I had like a film on my fingers, I was like, let me check it out. So anyway, just a little tip. If you ever feel a little drag on your hook, no matter what kind of hook it is, try giving it a wash, a little wipe down, and see what happens. So yeah, that's what happened there. So I am working on those, and see, these are the ones that have the black around them. And so I am going to take the lazy way. Don't listen, Catherine. I know that you prefer the what do you call that? The mattress stitch, right? I'm not going to do the mattress stitch. I am going to crochet with black up and down the black. And so it might have a little hump in it. It might have a little jog in it, but I'm doing it. and I'm not even sorry about it. Not even sorry about it. So yes. So as I put these together, I think that black and black is going to make a thicker black border around all the squares, and it's going to look so pretty, isn't it? I am really excited about this. Really excited. Okay, so the reason I did the black instead of, white or because I do like a white border too. But when I was growing up, I went with my friend to her grandmother's house, and her grandmother had a regular size granny squares. It was granny squares about this big, granny square blanket, and it was a regular size granny square blanket. And so, and it had the black around each square. And I remember as a child thinking, "Oh, that's beautiful. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I wish I could have one for my house." Like, that's what I was thinking as a child. And so I was like, you know what? I can have one for my house because I can make one myself. So even though these squares are bigger than the one that I saw as a child, I'm still getting that granny square with the black border, kind of a blanket. And it's kind of quick because these squares are only 4 rows. 4 rows because it's a 6 super bulky. And yeah, I am here for it. So yeah. So having these solids is going to be nice. I'm just going to throw them around randomly. And so that I'm hoping that all of the colorways and all of the this and that is going to be so random that I'm going to really, really try and not overthink it. Do you know? You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to be random, but you're like, oh no, not there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is in our guest room, I'm going to lay this out on the bed once I get all of the squares surrounded in black and get the 4 more made and put those in black. And I'm going to lay them out on the bed, and then I'm just going to like pick up 2 and crochet, pick up 2, crochet, pick up 2, crochet, and make the length of it. And then I'll do the short ways. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, and yeah, and I'm just going to lay them out, lay them out randomly, here, there, everywhere. And then I'm going to look at it, see if it doesn't make me crazy, then I'm going to keep the pattern because I'm going to have 20 of these, once they're all done. And so 20 of these nice squares, all random colors. And, so yeah, I hope to finish this weekend because let's see, the 30th is Monday. 31. March has 31 days, right? Yes. So Tuesday is the last day of March. I want to finish this in March. I want to, so that I can say 3 for 3, right? 3 blankets, 3 months. And that is what I want to say. So I don't know how April is going to go. But I'm hoping that, maybe I can at least get a good chunk of that other blanket made. And then also that one might take a little bit longer because it's a design, right? It's a colorway design. So I'm thinking that at the same time, I might have a Premier puzzle yarn blanket on my hook because that is going to be just a simple half double crochet back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I get like 10 rows, and then do 10 rows with the other color, 10 rows with the next color or whatever. And so that one is going to be a little bit more mindless. I'm not going to have to worry about it. So if I'm ever, sitting watching TV and I'm tired at night and I don't want to think, then that's the one that I will go to. So we'll see. It'll be good, whatever it is. As long as my average is 1 per month, then I'm good. I'm good. So let's take a look first. All right. Did you know that today, March 27th, is National Scribble Day. National Scribble Day. Now let's see what this National Scribble Day is all about. Okay. National Scribble Day is March 27th, and it inspires children to kindness through art. So it says each of us starts out as a little colorful, wrinkled up human beings with eyes, nose, and sometimes a shock of hair. And it says, our personality develops as we go. We're a bit like a scribble. Children's scribbles become more than just scribbles when eyes and a smile are added. Somehow a personality leaps onto the page, and with it encourages children to grow and express themselves. The positive result of looking back at them spreads a surge of joy that is infectious. That's what's so wonderful about scribbles. Anyone can make them, no matter their ability. This means everyone from grandpa to the smallest family member can join in the day. And it's telling us to gather up our crayons in every color and scribble up smiles for everyone. So, this is really cute. This is really cute. Scribble. You know what it reminds me of in relation to crochet is the scrap yarn blankets and the scrap yarn bags and the scrap yarn projects that we do. It's kind of like a scribble, don't you think? Because we're picking up random ends of yarn that were scrap pieces of yarn, and we are weaving them into something that is really beautiful. So anyway, take that and do what you will with it. If you want to scribble with crayons, or if you want to scribble with yarn and make a beautiful scrap blanket or a scrap project, go for it. So that's what National Scribble Day is. Isn't that fun? I just think it's so fun. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. Hey, Cree. Hi. I hope that you're feeling okay today, Cree. How are you? And let's see what else. Captions. National Spanish Paella Day, or paella. It's not paella, it's paella. And so National Spanish Paella. Oh my Lanta, doesn't that look good? Let me show you what this looks like. Oh, yes, I can go for that. Look how beautiful that is. National Spanish Paella Day. And it has shrimp, and it has vegetables, and it has rice. And sometimes it has chicken, and it has mussels, or, other things like that. So anyway, National Paella Day. A rice dish from Spain has become very popular and is known worldwide. It originated in its modern form in the mid-19th century in Valencia on the east coast of Spain. At lunchtime, workers in the fields would make a rice dish in a flat pan over a fire. They mixed in whatever they could find, such as rabbits, snails, vegetables. Later, for special occasions, chicken was added. Paella has spread to every region of Spain and worldwide, using almost any type of ingredient that goes with rice. I think everything goes with rice. I don't know about you. So we can, how to observe Spanish Paella Day. Master this Spanish rice dish and share it with family and friends. You can order Spanish paella tonight for supper. Maybe depending on where you are. I don't know in my little neck of the woods if I have that available to me, but if I did, I would order it because I love any kind of rice dish. So here's something fun. This is National Joe Day. And so I had to look this up. I was like, what is going on here? So National Joe Day is on March 27th, and it encourages everyone to enjoy a cup of Joe coffee with all your friends named Joe with an E, Joe with just a J-O, Joey, Joseph, Josephine. And while you're at it, don't forget Joette, Jody, Johanna, Jody, with an IE or any other variant of the name Joe. And it says, according to the Social Security Administration, Joseph ranked number 6 in the names for boys from 1893 to 1899, behind John, William, James, George, and Charles. And in 1910, it moved to number 5. From 1911 to 2005, it ranked number 12 or lower. So it is a very, very popular name. And so some famous Joes: Joe Montana, Joe Pesci, Josephine Baker, Joe Namath, Joe Gartner was a Formula One endurance driver, Joey Ramone was a songwriter, musician, and singer, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Joe Green. Remember Mean Joe Green? Yeah, he wasn't really mean. Jodie Foster, Joe Jonas, Joe DiMaggio, Joe Cocker, Joe Frazier, Josephine Lawrence was a journalist and author, and a musician, Joe Walsh. So there's all kinds of people with variations of the name Joe. And you know what? I like Joe. I like Coffee Joe. So I would share coffee with anyone named Joe or any variant of Joe. And that sounds kind of fun. So anyway, that is that one. And that is all the national days for today. And yeah, that's all the days that I've got so far. And so this is obviously 2026 is the year of something new. And so we're in the March-April section because I have designated 2 months at a time as a project goal. And so far, I have met both sections, both of the goals. In fact, before March started, I had already completed a knit project, and knit is what my March-April goal is. So that is checked off my list. And now it kind of leaves me free to do all of these other things, like this granny square blanket that I'm working on that, that I, have never made one like this before. So it's leaving the door wide open to try all kinds of new things, and I'm really excited about that. Now, let's see, this is March and April. Come May and June, it will be mosaic crochet, and I have never attempted mosaic crochet. And so there's surface mosaic crochet, and I think I might do that. And then there was another kind of mosaic crochet. I may try to do that one as well. We'll see, right? We'll see. So the mosaic crochet, it's different. I am really excited about it. And yeah, who knows? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry that you don't feel very well today, Cree. Yes, luckily the day is almost over. I hope that you do feel better by this evening. Jen has to go back to work. Okay, have a great day. Have a great day, Jen. Yeah. The weekend is near, and Cree says, yes, it is. I hope for better. So do we. So we'll be praying for you to feel better. Definitely. Definitely. All right. So today has been fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that it was late. My hubby had an eye appointment this morning, and he made that appointment at 8:45 this morning. Can you believe it? Yarnworks by Lydia. Hey, Lydia, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Good afternoon to you. So my husband made that appointment for 8:45 this morning. I'm like, dude, that is too early. What? And so I knew that it was going to be early, and I knew there was no way I could do a live this morning. Oh, excuse me. And So yeah, I knew that it was going to be later. I told you about it on Wednesday if you were with me on Wednesday. So here I am this afternoon, and I do like afternoons. Hey, listen, Naomi is thinking about going live. Oh, I know, right? Right, Nisi? That is too early. So when we checked out at the eye doctor, because he has to go regularly for his eye health. And so we were there and we had to set up another appointment for 4 weeks from now. And so I like had my phone out and my husband started laughing at me. He said, "You're going to handle this appointment, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And I told the girl, I said, 8:45 is a little early for me. She's like, "Yes." So I think the next one is like 11:30 or 11:05 or something like that. Anyway, it's after 11. I can handle that. And it's also going to be on a Friday, so I can do my live and then boom, we can hit the road and go to his eye appointment. So that's going to work out next month. Anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful Friday, TGIF, everybody, and have a great weekend. This afternoon, Naomi is thinking about going live, so keep an ear out for her. And tomorrow will be my knitting live, and got some new things to show you. Yes, I do. And I'm excited about it. So I hope that you stick around and watch Naomi later this afternoon, and then catch me tomorrow. And then on Sunday, are we going live on Sunday, Naomi? I think we are. And so yes, anyway, goodbye for now and stay safe, be kind, and get hooking, and much love to everybody.